Well, the Browns definitely have a bunch of versatility among their defensive line. Kevin Stefanski today talked about determining how all those pieces fit together on the defensive line.
I think that's the fun part for us and for Jim and for our defensive staff is putting all those pieces together. Like you mentioned, it's not a mystery in the success that Za'Darius has had in this league, and you've seen what Obo can do. So now it's just a matter of taking all of our guys and taking a Dalvin Tomlinson along with our established guys that have been here and figuring out a formula that makes sense for us.
Is that one of the main things you're looking forward to when the pads finally get out? Because we talked in minicamp, you can't really see exactly what they do.
Yeah. I think the padded practices, the games, really the whole month of August will allow us to see how we want to deploy those guys.
And Jeff, that's one of the things about this training camp relative to the last couple of years. The defense and the offense are kind of going to be works in progress as things shake out throughout the preseason.
And like we mentioned, look, a lot of newness, obviously. You're changing this offense. And look, there are familiar pieces, and it's probably a really good situation for the Browns that you're bringing back your offensive line intact. So, these guys are very familiar with each other as far as working together. But, you're changing, a lot of skill at the wide receiver position, changing kind of the way, the offenses run. Some of it's going to be similar, but it's going to be tweaked. As far as the outside zone, it's probably going to be a little bit more inside zone every now and then. And then just all the newness on defense, we've seen it in the past with teams, all the talent in the world, and why didn't it succeed? But I think when you got a player like Za'Darius Smith, who's found a way to win everywhere he went, a guy like Obadiah Okoronkwo, who knows what it means to be a role player and knows how to basically get his by, finding the holes when the offense is focusing on other players around him. A player like Juan Thornhill, who comes into this with, championship experience, Super Bowl experience. There's a lot. And certainly Rodney McLeod, too, which is another guy that nobody seems to talk about a lot. There is a lot to work with here. The key is just going to be, how effective they can be early, 1st and 10. And that's going to be the key because it's what killed them last year. And until this team can prove that they can stop the run on 1st and 10, that's going to be the thing, because that's what every team is going to try to shoot for, because they couldn't do it last year to, basically to save their own lives. So that's certainly what probably, in my opinion, is going to be a key for offenses facing the Browns is, well, that's great. You've done all of this. Now prove it to us that you can stop the run.